Life in Tesla's mansion resembles a protracted nightmare in reality. Every night, Nikola conducts rituals which he calls purification of the air from uninvited guests. You wake up from the icy cold, although all the coils in the room are red hot. Long shadows crawl out of the corners, which ring in convulsions under the blows of artificial lightning. Tesla stands in the center of the hall. His eyes are covered with a white veil, and his hands are covered with deep burns. He whispers formulas that sound like curses in dead language. The air is filled with the stench of burnt flesh and ozone, which makes my eyes water. One of the shadows takes the shape of a human face and screams silently, nailed to the wall. The inventor turns to you and asks you to pass a copper clamp, not noticing that his own shadow is trying to strangle him. You understand that he is not just a scientist, but a jailer for creatures. Nikola claims that his pigeons are fallen angels who have lost their wings in the folds of time. You enter the dovecote and see that the birds are covered with sharp metal scales instead of feathers. Their beaks are unnaturally long, and instead of eyes, there are empty eye sockets emitting a faint purple light. Tesla feeds them raw meat mixed with a crushed magnet, gently whispering to them the secrets of the death of civilizations. When one of the birds takes off, the sound of its wings resembles the grinding of a knife on the glass. You notice gnawed bones on the floor, which clearly did not belong to the animal. Nikola turns to you with a crazy smile and says that today the birds are hungry for new truths. The window suddenly slams shut and hundreds of empty eye sockets turn towards you. You realize that you are locked in a cage with creatures who see your fear as a source of energy.
The experiment to study terrestrial frequencies went too far, turning the house into a living organism. The walls of the mansion began to pulsate in the rhythm of the human heart, and the wallpaper oozes with a thick black substance. Nikola chained himself to the main resonator, claiming that he merged with the soul of the planet. You can see how copper wires slowly sprout through its veins, replacing blood with liquid electricity. Every time the car makes a low hum, your teeth start to crumble from unbearable vibration. Tesla doesn't speak anymore. He only emits static interference from which images of the end of the world flash in your head. The floors turned into a soft, warm fabric, resembling the gum of a huge beast. You try to run, but your feet stick to the floor, which begins to slowly digest you. The inventor looks at you, and you see that his face is just a mask that hides a tangle of sparks. The Wardenclyffe Tower rises in the backyard, but it no longer catches lightning. It generates them from the screams of pain. Nikola built it from black stone, which seems to absorb all the light around. Every night, faceless people in rags come to the tower, led by an invisible signal. They go inside and never come back. Only their shadows remain burned on the brick walls. You find Tesla's diary, where the pages are written with the names of those who have become fuel for progress. At the top of the tower, a huge eye made of glass and steel rotates, watching your every step. When Nikola calls you upstairs, you feel your will breaking under the weight of infrasound. He stands at the edge of the abyss and points down, where the remains of human souls are cooked in a huge vat. His voice sounds right in your brain, ordering you to take the last step for the sake of science. Nikola claims that time is just another form of frequency. He configures his most complex device, consisting of hundreds of rotating discs and mirrors. You stand in the center of the circle, feeling how the space around begins to distort and float. Tesla promises to show you the world in 100 years if the devices can withstand the load. A flash of dazzling white light makes you close your eyes for a few long seconds. When you open your eyes,
The walls of the laboratory seem transparent and barely distinguishable. You see the ghostly outlines of flying cars and giant cities made of glass. Nikola is standing nearby. His figure is illuminated by the sparks of time and the flickering of the ether. The experiment lasts only a moment, but it's enough to change your perception forever. You return to reality, where Tesla just wipes the sweat from her forehead and makes a long